And as the battle the battle concludes, everyone's hurrying over, and Ian is going to recover as people are able to bandage him up. So he gets back 7 hit points as he comes back to consciousness, and he's just kind of looking around. So that will end the combat as this concludes. And yeah. Shit. More of the fucking things. Thanks for your assistance there, coppers. God peoples.
Your aid is much appreciated as well.
The one is kind of this one orc is just kind of looking at the body of the one that rose again. He's saying, I thought they said they went around, they burned the food. I thought that would stop people rising up, and now they can make more on their own.
Not ideal.
All right. So what now? What happens now then?
Well, this is why we need you to stop acting like shitheads and looting places, because you see, we're dealing with problems much bigger than this. And we're looking pretty low on forces, but you guys were pretty impressive out there. So can you help us keep this place in check just like that?
Make a charisma check. Kitty?
Ah, look at that. So charismatic.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, you also saw us, and we could just kill you if you don't help us. So.
Diplomatic as ever.
Nice! It didn't work!
Oh.
Kitty is her own good cop and her own bad cop.
I have to be! I failed at being nice!
As she says that, he's kind of looking amongst all of you, and is sort of like, I don't want to fight anymore. I'm just.
You got a weakling. You got a damn wuss.
What did you just say?
What the fuck?
Kitty,
Shut your mouth.
I whispered to myself. I'm mad far away from this person over here. Look, you can't hear me. I'm over there.
10 feet away. I mean, no, you whispered it
to myself.
All right, so we'll say he didn't hear then. Fine, we don't have to have you duel another orc.
No, I'm sick of it.
He's just kind of looking like he's like, I don't know if we're the this thing, is it pay?
Well, I mean, a bunch of salaried positions just opened up, so I feel like, yeah, we can probably find it.
Yep.
You're not gonna convince people that are inclined to theft to work for free, probably, so yeah.
There's a mighty lot of evidence in the evidence locker.
What about food?
Well, that's a hard one to come by no matter who you are. Even the rich people ain't got no food right now.
I mean,
there's also the matter of fireweed, the availability of fireweed that helps stave off the illness.
Oh, and as law enforcement, you got primary grabs.
So, you saying we get paid, you get us lit, and
for medical reasons, Yeah. Saves off the sickness.
Yeah. All right. I mean, Stas, make a charisma check since you made that argument about the fireweed and access there.
I take it clan speaker wouldn't factor into this one.
I don't think this applies as a clan speaker.
Hey.
That being said, kind of looking amongst each other, and some people are definitely like slinking off. Not that guy; he's dead. He's not slinking anywhere. But there are definitely some of them who are potentially interested and like, all right, I guess whatever. I mean, it's better than nothing. Pay and work. You recruit some of the looters by offering them money and drugs, and yeah. So I will go ahead and so you have dealt with the current looting situation in the Heart District. There remains some looting in the Turin District, but now you've bolstered up the police force, so that will enable you to have both of these two districts currently protected. You still have a couple of days before you have to have fully protected all 4 districts, but you have 2 of them now protected. This, of course, passes the midday by the time you've done each of those things. So the question now becomes, what is your afternoon task on this day? You spent the morning dealing with the looting situation and checking on things. As you're kind of talking about it, you will also say, Stase, Arazasa, with your permission, I would like to take some of this lich flower to Lithrumte for further study.
Yeah.
Yes, if you can do that, that would be. I think you would very much appreciate it.
What else was inside the house?
Yeah, you go through it. The single large overgrown undead flower creature thing is the only main additional source of undead, but you do find bodies of another looter as well as some zombies bodies inside also.
Can I make an
Yeah, go ahead.
undead slayer roll to see understand what this plant is?
Sure, yeah. Intelligence check using Undead Slayer.
Also, anyone else think it was weird that that chick just like walked up, threw one dagger, and then walked away?
What chick? I didn't see no chick. You saw a chick?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd she look like?
Scary elf chick. What's her name again?
Ini Kitsunaga.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one? Yeah, I gotcha.
That's the one.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, she just walked up, threw one dagger, and then walked away.
Wonder why.
Who'd she throw a dagger at?
It was an orc, right?
Yeah, it was one of the zombies.
Oh,
So maybe she just did it because it was an orc. Or maybe
the
some other
orcus
strange
or-
reason. Was that like... I have a hard time believing that was an attempt at actual helpful.
Retrieve the dagger and like send it along to Lithrum in case it has something on it.
Can I use my weapons enthusiast to nicely take it out of the body in case it's been poisoned?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could do that. Dexterity with weapons enthusiast if you'd like to, just to be extra cautious. It's not going to be a difficult check. Yeah, you easily are able to remove it from the undead orc's flesh and send it along with Yunara. As you're looking over these things, first, Thorold, you have heard of lich flowers before. They are when a necromancer or someone of that ilk uses necromantic energies on plant life, a concentrated amount, oftentimes including sacrifice and things like that. Sacrificial blood can allow them to rise up, and they can then create more zombies themselves. The only necromancer you know of in town is clearly not here and also dead. So it would seem that whatever this serum is, when people are dying and it's getting into the ground and into the plant life, it can also infect that.
I'll relay that to everyone else.
So a cure to this thing would be great. As Thor was relaying that, the gray orc boy comes back, looks over at Raz and says, "Oh, you're still here. I lost her. Well, I didn't lose her. I saw where she was going, but I couldn't follow there. So, you all pay me my money?"
Oh, I didn't pay him already?
Oh, if you already marked it off, then you already paid him. That's fine.
I had already done that. I assumed that he was kind of a payment in advance sort of kid.
Yeah, that's fair. So he's like, so she was going to the camp, the army camp.
Okay.
Killed a couple of zombies on the way, fighting her way through that sort of thing. got there, went inside, but I couldn't follow inside the army camp. They'd see somebody like me, you know.
Right. Of course.
I'm an orc. I'm not going in there.
No, no. I'm glad you didn't. That would have been a
But anyways, yeah, she's out of the house now. Up to you what you do with that information. But yeah, she went to the army camp, doing something with them, I guess.
All right.
Ooh.
Thank you for
Yeah, sure thing. I'm around. You need more spying? You just let me know.
We might be able to use this to our advantage then. We know she's not at their house.
Probably best to hop along real quick.
Wait, I thought he just said she was back home now.
No, she's not back home. She's currently at the army camp.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
he wasn't following her into the army camp. He just saw where she was going, and was like, all right, I'm not following there.
Okay.
So currently she is outside of the city at the army camp meeting with the Imperials.
Okay. All right. Well, obviously this wasn't really discussed, but to what extent do we want to do things? Is this like we're going in there and we're just questioning, what is it, Pavita? Or is this like we kidnap Pavita?
This is a question.
I feel
good
like
point.
we're leaning probably more towards kidnap.
Well, I've done all my errands for the day, so my afternoon is all freed up.
I mean, you guys tell me where we're going with this, because if we're just asking her questions and arousing more suspicion about us and drawing more attention to us and then leaving the house so that at some point Inigitsuna can confront us or exact some sort of revenge for what we may or may not do, that's cool.
We need the truth.
If this is like we're kidnapping her and putting her in a lab with Lithram until he figures shit out, great, but that requires a little bit more logistically, so that's, kind of my question.
Well, it seems that this is a question of it seems like your afternoon plan is this is an opportunity. We're going to go to that house, and the question is, what do we do when we get there? What are the proposals? One is question her. One is kidnap. One is distract while somebody searches the house.
Yes, one is like breaking in and trying to basically maybe cause some sort. We could obviously use this dagger as like she offered us aid and we wanted to return her weapon and thank her, and maybe have someone distracted at the lower level of the house while somebody else breaks in and the closed curtained sketchy part of the house.
Any other thoughts? Any other possibilities there? What I was thinking is whatever all the possibilities are, y'all can discuss them. I'm going to put up a poll to vote on it, and we can take our break while people vote.
Okay.
Any other possibilities people thinking of?
So definitely I'm liking the idea of like one of us goes in to distract, being like, hey, I'm here to give the dagger back and thank her for, thank you both for the wonderful, that sort of thing, while the stealthy ones search the place for any incriminating stuff. And if things go wrong, then we can kidnap her. But
yeah, I mean, this is just initial approach. If things develop, you can obviously change plans. So those are the three possibilities, or is there a fourth?
Out of curiosity, like, how do we go about going in there and just asking another line of questioning, and like, what is our motive? What questions do we ask? You know what I mean?
That is also true. So if you vote for question her, you should also be thinking about what you're going to ask.
There's not that many rational things.
What
we
is your favorite color?
Yeah, so that's sort of what I mean as far as like, what motive could we
are
have?
you guilty? No. Oh, damn it. I was hoping you'd say yes.
Talk
I
about
guess future me is wrong.
I can have a whole-
All right, that seems like those are the possibilities. So I'll put the poll up, and we'll go ahead and take a 10-minute break. We'll be back at 9:10, and we'll see what we do. Y'all can feel free to discuss without me also if you have other things. But I'm going to take a quick break.
I was going to say we could, as a part, our cover story, so we go in wanting to give the dagger back, but we could also pose as maybe we're trying and work out, we're asking how can we win you on our side, because you're a high-ranking Imperium, a high-ranking Dragon Empire, affiliates, and we want your help. Be posing as if we want to help somehow, because she doesn't know that we know she's guilty.
We could be pretending to go in there to ask for financial support from wealthy households to get, like, I don't know, maybe to, like, source more fireweed to get it more widely distributed so that the whole city will benefit, or, like, something as far as money in order to pay for more law, like the salaries for
Yeah.
law enforcement. Basically saying, like, the city's in a financially desperate situation. We already can't source and find food, and it's going to be very expensive if we do. So we're going to wealthy, upstanding households of Gregorian and asking for your financial support in these troubling times.
We could also play it with the Imperial ties being like, oh, you're part of the Imperium. We're looking to, understand a bit more. This general is clearly a bit of an ass. We can put it more diplomatically, but just we're looking to understand him a bit more. And
if we ask questions like that, it's direct enough that since we know they already have an association with them, because in the future we see that Ini Katsuna and him are standing right next to each other, kind of ruling this new imperial regime and Gregorian side by side. I feel like if we ask questions like that, it could easily, with the wrong charisma roll, be construed as super suspicious. Whereas if we ask, like, will you help us to get this entire city healthier and also pay for law enforcement, then whatever response we get might be an answer to those questions. You know what I mean? Like, what if her answer is anything along the lines, like, if the Imperials are coming in, they're going to take care of all of this shit, so no. Then
Gotcha.
I think we would get the answer to those questions without it being sus. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And if all else fails, we just say, "You're under arrest."
So that was going to be my second thing, is like, if the searching element upstairs goes wrong and things escalate from there, okay. If the searching element of things upstairs doesn't yield that many results, then at least maybe this is like a casing the joint sort of situation, or we take more drastic measures.
Well, we don't have to be sincere in if it's to, get what we want. We just need to act like we sincerely want it. So even if it's like, would you betray the orcs? It's like, yeah, we would consider that. Stuff like that. Because we just need to get, just keep it talking.
Yeah, and remember
definitely...
that she's a potentially powerful spellcaster.
Yeah, but I think this start with the premise of, Ini lent us aid. We wish to honor that.
Yep.
And then go from there. And if we need to burn down a building, we burn down a building. I mean, it's wood.
Yep.
The zombies attacked. We had no choice.
Also, who would be doing the talking downstairs while the breaking in is happening elsewhere, and who would be doing the breaking in? And also, whoever does break in, we don't really know what we're breaking into. It could literally just be a room that has a bunch of information, or it could end up being a room where, like, potentially something kind of bad or scary is in there, considering who we think we know they're probably in contact with. And so, yeah, where would we go from there? And who's doing what?
Who's the sneakiest?
I don't want negotiating anymore.
I can't negotiate. Yeah, please
I
don't.
was gonna say, I've got the high charisma.
Things, and you've got like agility. Maybe you could usually break into places.
I've got decent decks, so.
Oh yeah, they have like anti-orc.
Yeah, they all. We got a bunch of races.
Then I think probably Thorold, you not being one of the people to talk to them, might be for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't send me to talk. Send me to beat shit up or break shit down. That's what I need to do.
I have very good dexterity, but then that leaves only stats.
Leaving me unsupervised. What could go wrong? It's not that I don't think before I talk.
I just realized somebody needs to be outside kind of keeping watch too, because if Inikatsuna comes back, there has to be somebody that's like caw, caw. That would be bad. That would be pretty bad.
I could be waiting outside for her, and if she's gonna fight, I can hold her off.
I'm hoping it doesn't even reach that point.
I'm hoping it doesn't either, but I could totally distract her by trying to be like, hey, I got your dagger. And then I can clearly make enough noise to notify everyone, and then just let her go past me. I don't have to fight her. But you'll know she's coming. I could just be the loudmouth that signals warning by engaging in loud conversation about her dagger.
Okay.
Like a pre-distraction.
So then, do you stand watch outside and play potential guard duty while Stas and maybe... What the fuck is that guy's name again?
New dude?
The other guy. The other Imperial guy. Yoon.
I think he's bounced for the rest he might have bounced back to go take stuff to Lithrum.
Fuck, because I just want him present for as many... Wait! He went to take the dagger to Lithrum?
I don't know if he... Oh... We can say that we held on to the dagger and he just took, he took the plant for sure. And maybe some of the orc bits.
Having him present for as many of the conversations with the Imperials as possible will probably be beneficial. They seem like pretty elitist mentality, so...
Oh, I guess, yeah, because I wouldn't want to let any... Yeah.
My interpretation of listening to the dialogue between you and what's-his-face that's running the Imperials here, that bitch slapped you into unconsciousness, was that if he hadn't said some of the things that he said afterwards, things would have deteriorated further than they did. I thought it was in part because of his comments that things even worked out. And if we know he's going to be ending up working kind of hand in hand with Inikatsuna later, because we've seen it, it'll have the same effect on this household. I don't know. Hello.
How's it going? So have we voted? Have we decided?
Oh, I didn't actually vote. I was just talking.
On the initial approach. All right. Well, it does appear that there is a consensus. There has been a decision made. And so the group, en route to the to Povitakuna's house, you can heal a little bit if you want to use a couple of recoveries, a couple of your daily recoveries on the way. Just sort of drinking some water, catching your breath, tending to the cuts and scrapes that you've had along the way. And yeah, as you approach, you see once again the lush garden sprinkling fountain just outside it. And as you make your way around towards the front of the house, what's the approach? How are we going to do this?
Team diplomacy, I feel, is how we're basically setting it up.
Okay, well, who's team diplomacy?
Not me.
I'm probably going to be team stealth.
Alright, so Kitty and Thorold are team stealth then?
So Kitty is going to be just running the perimeter, keeping an eye out for any coming back or any other sort of, I don't know, household servants that might prove to be troublesome.
Okay.
Then, Stas, are you going inside? Was that the plan?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I'll, okay, I just want to go over my talking points. We are, I'm not ADHD, it's just a little bit, oh, God.
So we're starting with, we have the dagger, correct?
Yep.
Have it? Alright, we'll give it to him then. Because that's a key point in all of this. Does it look like just a normal fucking dagger? I mean, is there anything...
It's a nice dagger, but it's a throwing dagger. It's not special in any way. She didn't bother to recover it.
So the talking points are Inikatsuna through this. Thank you so much. We're returning this weapon and want to
honor.
And then as a secondary point, just to get people talking and everything. I also feel like in an official capacity, it makes the most sense for you to be showing up here since you're like, running the whole rodeo at this point.
Complete lack of other options.
Are we going?
To be clear.
Are we going with asking for financial support as our sort of leading distraction that can bring us into other conversation, or are we going right in with, I don't know, potentially volatile conversation?
I say go with friendly conversation to start with.
So that would be my suggestion, is just saying that like the financial situation of Gregorian right now is pretty bad. And the Burgermeister can only fund so much, and we need more money to give people in order to hire more constabulary, and in order to distribute fireweed more widely, especially to impoverished areas. And we're going to the wealthy families of Mother's Milk to ask them to help Gregorian in these troubled times.
Yeah, I've also added the we're as a constable, we're just doing some rounds, taking the pulse of districts. How are you doing? Is there anything that you're lacking? Besides food.
All right, so those are kind of the key talking points.
This will go swimmingly.
I think you're really well prepared. Where am I going is the question.
That is the question. Where are you going? So Stas is going to the front door. Are you going with Stas? The world, are you breaking in? Is that what I'm hearing?
I think that
Yes.
was the plan. You said you had pretty good dexterity, and we think probably having him be part of a questioning of a household that maybe hates orcs wouldn't be the best idea.
Maybe.
I'm just assuming, I could be wrong here, but I'm just assuming all Imperial affiliated people are just not fans of orcs.
They certainly don't seem to be.
I do have very high dexterity, but Stas, if you don't want to be by yourself for the questioning element, I can come with you.
I don't know. I feel like if shit goes down inside the house in my area, you'll hear it because it'll be loud when it goes off.
And hopefully, worst case scenario is just they kick you out.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'll jump out a window or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could have Araza not go in, but be outside the windows on the side of where you are. So if you get bludgeoned unconscious or something, she can hit you with a heal spell through the window.
Alright, I'm just gonna post up right here.
Okay. Sounds great. Stas! I guess it's time to knock on a door.
Flashbacks to the war. Let's go.
It takes a moment before you hear a voice. Just a minute. Hold on. And the door comes open. Hello. Hello, sir. Your two friends are not here with you anymore. I see. Well.
Oh, not today, unfortunately. We're a bit all spread out. There's much to take in hand these days. I'm hoping to potentially speak with the mistress of the house, or if Miss Innie is here at the moment.
Miss Innie is not here. You're from the constable's office. I think I remember.
Yes, I am. Do you mind if I step inside? It's a bit.
Come inside. I'll see if I can summon Miss Bull. You're led into this area. Provided with a place to sit over back here if you would like, while you wait. And Bedger goes to summon the lady of the house. In the meantime, Thorold, what are you doing?
I am going to try and stealthily open the window.
Okay.
Maybe try and hear or see if anyone's there first.
Okay, fine. Yes, I'll put my ear to the window first, and then.
Yeah, you listen around to the different windows. You don't hear anything from inside. Actually, make a wisdom check. Let's see if there's anything.
Scout.
Yeah, nothing that you can hear. Sounds currently unoccupied. And then, yeah, make a dexterity to try and jimmy the window. Surreptitiously.
I'm not going to use scout for this one because I don't think I was really trained in opening window.
No, this is the orc scouts don't necessarily do that. Okay, good to know. Raza and Kitty, if you'll each do wisdom checks. Let's just see if you spot or hear anything on the outside since you're on lookout duty.
Can I use my explorer background?
You're not actually exploring right now. Watching for danger, I'll say no, not this time. I don't want them to be used for everything. Alright. And then likewise, Araza, yeah, okay. No signs of any Kitsu returning at the moment. Back inside, Stas, you hear some footsteps returning. And as you do, you hear a just loud thump across the house. And as soon as Bedger starts to turn, he says, "Did you hear that?" The woman of the house, as she turns the corner, she's an older woman, well dressed, and she says, "Bedger, would you please be a dear and go check that out for me? I can speak with our guest." Yes, of course. And so he's going to
disturbances these days.
He's going to check on
shout
Thorald.
loud. I'll call loudly in the vain hope that someone hears me.
Okay, Thorald, you break through a window, or you cause the window to open, but then sort of tumble through and crash, and your armor and weapons smack into the ground.
I like the image of like I first like tried to be smart about it, and then when after a couple seconds of it not working, it was like me intently looking, thinking, "Come on, soul, use your head." Ha! I've got it, and then just grab a rock and throw it through the window.
Yeah, you smash down into the ground, clatter, clang, boom, and you hear footsteps approaching. What do you do, Thorald?
There were curtains covering the windows, right?
Yeah, you're currently wrapped up in a curtain.
Is it possible? Is there anywhere actually that one can hide in this area? Out of curiosity.
You can certainly try.
I will. You know what? I'm going to stealth up to the corner here.
Dexterity check, stealth.
Yep.
You can use scout for this.
Yes. This is. God damn it. It was a good idea.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, let's see how much of the conversation Stas gets to have before Thorald is discovered. She walks in, says, "Anything I can do to help the constabulary, of course. I am Povitakuna."
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I actually had a bit of a run-in with some undead recently, and I'll pull the dagger out and sort of present it to her and say, "Wish to return this to Miss Innie, who offered me while she was on an error."
Violent implements aren't really my thing. Just put it over there on the mantle, and I'll let Innie know when she returns. Thank you for returning that.
Of course. And actually, I'm hoping to ask you some questions. Just, we're sort of going district to district and just wanting to get an understanding of how you are faring and your neighborhood.
Well, thank you. If you would go and make a charisma check. Clan speaker, I suppose, will work for this. Thank you for checking in. Yes, it is all very troubling, certainly. We're doing fine here. I, of course, have my loyal scale, Innie, who watches over old woman that I am, and then you hear just a voice say, "Who the fuck are you? Hey, there's an intruder in here!"
Madam, please step back. Stay here. We'll deal with this, and I will go charging.
Okay. She just kind of turns. You start rushing that way. Thorald, what do you do when you are spotted by the butler?
Fuck. Damn it, he already called out, so I can't. I'm trying.
Yeah, I mean, it got 2 nat ones in a row.
Yeah.
You botched it.
This is flashback to the like sneaking into the hag's place. It's fine.
Yeah. So as you stumble and stutter, there, it's like and he's got weapons. He's got weapons.
Out the window.
You start charging
Literally
through the
only-
window. Stas rushes in. He's like, "Constable, sir, intruder, get him! Get him!"
I'll say stay back, and I'll try and push him back through the door. He's armed and dangerous.
Hit him with your weapons! Blow him up!
I really don't want to hit you with something, but also I want to sell this, so I apologize in advance. What's it? No, what?
I can take it. You can do me.
All right, we're just gonna chaos bolt. Oh shit!
You take 7 points of damage.
Yep.
It's a thunder damage kind of day. Huh.
You take 7 points of thunder damage, Thorold, as you smash bodily through another window, splashing down into this fountain right here. Araza, you see Thorold come smashing through the window. You hear the yelling. You see he gets blasted in the back by a chaos bolt from Stas. What would you like to do, Araza?
Okay. Oh my god. Araza's just gonna be like, alright, so things are going well. Alright, so where's Thorold right now?
He's in a fountain in the front of the house.
Oh, okay, which one? This one right
This
here?
one.
Oh!
Yeah. There
I'm
it is.
I'm gonna grab him and fucking get him the fork out of here, basically.
You
Like,
start grabbing him. The butler is like, "Okay, you take the right side. I'll take the left. We'll catch this bastard."
are we trying to make a run for it, or are we trying to do a fake arrest right now?
Yeah, I mean, Thorold is the only person to ask. Thorold, what do you say? As she's like pulling you out of there.
Looking around, are there people around?
The streets are mostly empty. There's maybe a couple of people passing through, looky-loose as they see a guy come flying through a window.
Alright, then I say we can
Get out of there!
Yeah, get the fork out of here.
All right.
Sorry, and I will punch her and run.
Okay. Yeah. You make a run for it, and as you flee, the butler's not going to pursue. He's an older guy, and he's just starts shaking his hands. Can you believe that? This used to be a nice place to live.
People are getting desperate. This is what I was hoping to talk to your mistress about, is getting some more aid, seeing if you have any aid that you might be able to lend. But we've discovered we made some inroads.
Clearly, we can use a larger presence in the city to protect our homes, protect our livelihoods. This.
Oh boy.
As you head back in, she's waiting for you and says, "Were you able to catch the culprit?"
He made an escape out the window before we were able to catch up to him. I'll see if I can't get the witness testimony from some other individuals outside to see if they. Madame, I am terribly sorry for this disturbance. We will bring an end swiftly to this to these uprisings. I can assure you of that.
Yes. Well, I thank you for your assurances. If that's all, then I suppose I'll let you get to it. Thanks for returning the knife, and quell the uprisings then.
Will do. Just out of curiosity, have you we've made some medical advancements to stave off the illness. Has the medicine made its way to your district yet.
You mean the fireweed?
Yes. We have tried to strike up a bit of a distribution network, and
I believe some have made purchases, yes.
Excellent. Just want to make sure that everyone is taken care of during these unsettled times.
Thank you for your diligence, officer. Is there anything else?
Make a quick investigation of the crime scene to ensure that the individual didn't drop anything on his way out. Might give us some hints as to who he is.
I suppose, sure. Badger, would you accompany Mr.
Stars.
Mr. Stars, please? He'll lead you back into that room. It's got some stone pillars, an altar, as one might expect in a vaguely religious household. Clearly, they worship someone or something. The doors over here are closed, and that is what the current situation is. In the meantime, Kitty and Araza, as Thorold has made his way running off, either of you could choose to just continue being lookout duty, or to try and break into the west wing of the house, the back side of the house, on your own. This room currently is occupied.
A break-in right after a botched break-in. Honestly, they might never see it coming.
But does Kitty know that the front one was botched?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious. I mean,
yeah, you'll see Stars like looking at,
looking through a broken window.
And like taking out a little, scratching something down and with a bit of charcoal on some paper and kind of looking about, making some notes and wandering, just sort of.
Yeah, so Kitty would know. Araza would definitely know, since she was helping Thorold to make his run for it.
And I'll be sure to like push the curtains back into place so that the butler can't see out.
Alright, well, I look at Araza and I say, hey, I can open the window if you want to hop in there, fine lady.
And you start talking with Yeehaw.
Because I figured we botched everything. Why the fuck not risk it all?
Might as well.
Yeehaw!
We only have like 5 days left to live, so you might as well.
Might as well do everything you ever wished you wanted to.
Love it.
Model a cowboy movie.
Alright, yeah. Do it. Fuck it.
Little Laverne and Shirley, here we go.
Okay, who's
totally
trying to...
You baited the shit out of me, Joey. I never would have even thought about like, there's no part of my brain was like, yeah, let's from the top.
One more time, we can do this.
I just want you to know that if this goes poorly, 1,000% I'll blame you forever, because no part of my logical thinking brain would ever.
Sorry, I was just I like to bounce from person to person, not be like, so I wanted to see what y'all were up to or interested in, but all right, Kitty, are you opening a window?
Quietly, if possible.
Give me that check. It would be a dex, so instead of 17, it would be a 16. You jimmy under the window and wedge it open, and it is thoroughly covered and concealed. But Araza, you climb your way in, and Araza, give me a dexterity check as well as you climb your way in.
If this goes poorly, I give up immediately. Like, this is the last.
It went beautifully.
This is the last attempt that we're making today.
You slip in.
You did it.
It was just about as bad as I thought it was going to be.
You find yourself in a room where there are a number of bodies, and there's a cart with some parts on it. There's a altar with a wicked-looking inscription upon it. There's also a fireplace that appears to have seen some use.
Oh.
What would you like to do there, Araza?
Screaming, crying, throwing up?
No, that would get us noticed.
Okay.
You take a moment to try and keep from vomiting.
Do I have Braveling with me?
Yeah, I mean, Graveling could be with you.
If I could just send him down a hallway so that I can maybe go down the other and have him, like, just tell him, keep your ear out, and if anything is coming, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, Graveling goes up and runs into an impenetrable barrier for a badger. A closed door.
No, obviously, yeah. Yes. I just mean if he hears anything coming, just tell me.
Yeah. Araza, you approach that door, you listen at it, you can hear Stas behind that door muttering some things and scribbling down notes.
Okay. Alright. Well, that is ideal. Okay. So then I'm gonna come to here, and then what do I hear at this door?
Silent as the grave.
Do I open it? That was an ominous description. Silent as the grave. I didn't like that. Okay, so you said that there was like various inscriptions and stuff like that in this room?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Anything besides, as far as objects, anything besides just the bodies?
There's an athame, like a sacrificial dagger, that's on the altar. There's some candles. You can do an investigation and see if you can find anything.
And I really want to
Possible.
look at these inscription things. Do they look similar to the ones that were on the floor at Great Charlie's place, or I don't know, anything that we've seen so far? I want to be able to like recall them to people at some other point.
Give me one wisdom check and one intelligence check.
Oh.
Okay. To your limited knowledge, they seem similar. Same general shapes and things like that, but you know, that whole side of things is not your forte. But looking around, tucking in each corner and scanning, you do find a hidden compartment in the altar. And as you decompress it and remove the single stone there, behind it you find what looks like a syringe filled with some sort of liquid.
I grab it, I grab Graveling, I get the fuck out of here.
Okay. You're like, alright, I'm not going behind that door, I'm just taking this thing.
Take my badger and I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Alright. You do that. In the meantime, let's go to Stas. Actually, Thorold, go and give me a wisdom check with Scout.
To be clear, you said there was a syringe and a stone?
It was a loose stone in the altar that you removed to get the syringe out.
Alright, so I close it and I take the syringe and I leave.
You are now king of Excalibur.
The syringe and the stone, a much less exciting story.
A darker stone.
Yeah, Thorold, as you are running away, you do spot Ini Kitsu on her way back.
What direction is that in? Which way did Thorold go again?
Back towards the camp. So, you know, this way.
Alright. Okay, so then we're gonna go in a different direction. I hope we're all smart enough to basically just head off different ways and meet at a common location.
We'll find out. Stas, you know nothing of this.
Yeah, I will.
Stas, you're currently finishing up your notes. And, Thor, what were you about to do?
I'm gonna try and double back to the party general direction. Because you guys don't know she's coming back!
Oh, please. We knew that was gonna be happening. As far as shit that hit the fan, the last thing I said to you was get the fuck out of here. And now that we did the break-in and we got whatever it is we needed to get, I want to get as far away from here as possible. I would tell Kitty to do the same. And
So
Stas has a plausible reason for being there. Hopefully he lies well enough if he runs into Ini that he can just say, I was here to return your dagger, and while I was here there was a break-in, the person got away.
Funny Throld is about to head back and anything. What would Zara do? She would be angry at me. Okay, fine, I will not.
You're in different places. So Araza and Kitty moving away. Thorold, you circle to get a glance of the house, and you see that the party has moved off from there. So you know, with that information, can also look for them elsewhere. In the meantime, we'll go to
But I was going
Stas.
to do my, caca.
Oh,
Stas, you remain in the house, and as you finish taking up your notes, Bedger says, "Did you find anything?"
let me make a wisdom check. Just to see. Found a lot of broken glass. Oh, do I know his shoe size?
Sure.
Yeah. I think I have some. Well, not much besides broken glass, but I'm glad he didn't. Appears that he didn't manage to made enough noise that you stumbled across him before he could get into any of the other rooms.
I got a decent look at his face. Should we do a sketch?
Oh, yes. If I'm not sure, sir, I'm much of an artist, but I can certainly take down the general description.
All right. Well, so he was definitely an orcish gentleman. Bit of a scraggly beard-looking thing. Had the jutting teeth, you know, and hair black. He starts giving.
Yeah, I'll sort of gesture for him to like. Oh yes, let's. I probably have overstayed my welcome. Let's walk and talk a bit. Be writing this down.
Of course, and make your way across. As you're doing that, Povita looks and says, have you finished your business, Constable?
Yes, I believe I've taken up enough of your time, madame. I will see myself out. I think we have a decent lead. Will be sure to give this my full attention.
As you are saying this, you hear someone else entering the room. As Inikitsu takes note immediately of you and says, She looks over at Poe. Is everything all right?
Well, it started off being all right. I was actually just looking for you to return your dagger. I'll gesture where I left it over on the mantle. I wanted to thank you personally for honoring us with your presence, and as brief as it was in combat.
I was passing through, saw some undead, saw fit to help out where I could.
It is
bad situation this town finds itself in.
Indeed. It's well, I can't thank you enough for your assistance. Could use more good folks like you to help stem this tide. There's actually
I noticed there was a window broken.
Yes, seems there was a bit of a break-in while I was. You were here. Thank God I was here.
Break-in while you were here. That's very curious. Was anything taken?
No, actually, luckily, your good man here, he heard this disturbance and managed to get a good look at him. I'll be putting my constables on it right away.
Well, perhaps you could stay while I check and make sure nothing's been taken.
Yeah. I mean, he only made it into that one room, so I actually had best be on my way. As you can see, we've got another looting situation that we must give some attention to. I hope you do forgive my rudeness.
She looks over at Vita, who just says, I'm sure this won't be necessary, Eni. Eni immediately calms down and says, Of course. Well then, I'll see the constable out, shall I? After you.
I'll, yep, just... Fine. It's fine.
As you make your way out, she turns towards you and says, Now, if there were something missing, I assume you would want me to report to you personally.
Yes, or any member of our constabulary. You can.
Maybe I'll visit them all one by one.
Yes, well, or you could even visit the Burgermeister. I'm sure if you talk to her, I'm sure she'd be willing to put out a bounty on this nefarious individual. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of bounties going around with all the break-ins and looting that's...
What did the criminal look like?
Tall fellow, bulky. Didn't quite get a good look at his face. Your man had a better look at him. Yeah, tried to... I think I nailed him with a spell, but he took it and still managed to run off, which is a bit concerning.
Well, I'm certain we thank you for your efforts.
Oh, please. It is you I should thank. I mean,
Well,
after all, you lent us aid. I figure it's only right to balance the scales.
certainly. Well, if you'll be on your way, I have certain preparations to make. But if I do find anything missing, I'll be sure to take it up with you personally.
Oh, by all means. And do let me know if you happen to be looking for more work. We could certainly use your capable and skilled hands.
I appreciate the offer, but I think I'm not entirely sure how long we'll be staying.
Oh, well, sorry you must be parting on these rather uncouth times. Anyways, I can't blame you for certain. I'd be out of dodge this place myself, but I think I'd better see it through. Anyways, take care. Goodbye.
She'll
I'm out of here.
nervously makes his way out.
Oh no, I'm cool as a cucumber. No one can see how all this nerves. It's just me. It's fine.
As the party makes their way out, what next? What do you do with the? Yeah, I mean, you circle back and eventually do reconnect with each other. Now, Sta's of course wondering, did you get anything?
Or did I just lose 10 pounds for no reason?
We just sweat it all out.
It's nice to be cold-blooded, I guess.
Or wait.
Literally. So yeah, I mean, what do you say, Araz, as everyone rejoins, as you have the goods?
Sorry about that. I screwed it
No!
up.
Could have been anyone's role, honestly. You saw my, what was it, intelligence? I rolled like a 5. I don't know what that would have done for me, but I didn't get it. That could have just as easily been my dex roll.
Graveling just sort of pats you on the back of the leg, Thorold.
I gave him a scratch behind the ears.
Graveling had a bad morning fighting, you had a rough afternoon sneaking. Between the two of you, you've had 4 natural ones.
Right, so anyways, so yeah. I want to get this stuff to Lithrum as quickly as possible.
Or at least take a sample of it and dispose of the syringe empty nearby to not bring it in.
No.
Well, we need the evidence.
Yeah.
We don't want to have Lithrum
Well,
evidence. We could take.
honestly, how much good is evidence if the authorities are the Imperium?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe yeah.
If we have a cure, we can start wrestling some order, and
Yeah.
we're not as much
Kick 'em
trouble.
out.
But if we have the most solid evidence, I'm just afraid that the chances are they'll just say, well, it's just it's a cat, a demon spawn, a dragon, and an orc. Who could we really trust?
Me.
Do we want to
Somebody still has
just
to talk to the Burgermeister too, so some people want to bring it to Lithrum while other people to the Burgermeister.
or just have one person, maybe one person drop to Lithrum? Maybe do we want to just go take care of the other looting situation and try and quell that? And if we're all bloody, then Thorold looking like he took a spell doesn't look so crazy.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get this stuff to Lithrum as quickly as possible.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I can go
Yep.
get messenger. Go ahead. That's easy.
So, looting or Lithrum? Or split the party?
I'm bringing the syringe to Lithrum. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
Araza takes the syringe to Lithrum. Do the other three of you want to try and deal with some looting just to get one more thing done today, or?
Sure.
I'll deal with some looting.
Okay. So the other three head into the Turin district to see if you can resolve any looting situations. Is your approach diplomatic with the looting, like pseudo diplomatic, like it was earlier, or going in guns blazing?
Diplomatic with pseudo diplomatic at a secondary.
I was gonna, yeah. So it's like Stas is fairly diplomatic. Kitty's just like unhinged. Thorold pseudo Thorold's also pretty diplomatic.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do a check to see how well you are able to start resolving that situation. I'll give one to Stas, one to Thorold. Charisma checks from each of you.
Clan speaker to this. Breaking up fights, resolving scuffles.
Sure. I'll be lenient.
Your leniency is much appreciated.
Yeah, you talk to the different some of the people who are looting, some of the stuff that's going on. You are able to talk some people down to make a show of force, a show of presence in that particular
You
district.
turn up before you risk the wrath of the Imperium entering this with steel.
So what I'll say for that is I'll remove the looting token, but not quite enough to, like, you haven't recruited people to add and patrol that area. Amazingly, Kitty would have done almost as well as Thorold there.
Yeah.
Kitty doing a little intimidation. So yeah, looting is currently not happening. As you resolve that, you get into a couple of little minor zombie scuffles, but nothing as bad as what you faced in the Heart District. A couple of minor scuffles along the river there, so that you clean up relatively quickly. Then you do a whole other combat. Araza, you make your way through the areas to Donetski. You reach the where Lithrum is staying with Valarin and Sylvanestra, and as you reach the outside of his door where he set up his lab, you knock and the door opens and just like a crazy-haired Lithrum sticks his head out. He's like, "Yes, do you have more things for me?"
Hey, crazy.
Sorry, Araza. I've just been working really, really hard. Think I'm making some progress. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a couple of checks for the stuff you gave him this morning, and then for the lich flower. Yeah, you got something else?
Yeah, have a little look-see at this.
You hold it out. He takes a look. What is this?
That's what I'm hoping you can tell me.
Okay. Well, let's take a look. He takes the syringe and puts a single drop of it on flat pane of glass and starts inspecting it. Takes out his equipment, looks over it. Then afterwards, he takes one of the pieces of contaminated bread and is sort of comparing properties, see if he can pinpoint things. And here we go. As he's looking at this thing, whatever this is, it's really, really complicated. This stuff, it's like it's alive, or I'm gonna need some more time with this. It might be what's causing all of this. It might be you stick this in some food, a drop here, a drop there, and boom, you're in Zombie Town. I'll get to work on trying to decipher it, trying to reverse engineer. See what I can do, Araza.
Okay. You have very little time. Good luck. Bye.
He goes back into the lab, shuts the door, and just starts plugging away. That has been delivered, and with that, as the day reaches its conclusion, still plenty more things that could be done, but that is all you're able to take care of tonight.
Woohoo!
And hey, you got some good stuff there.
That felt like a lot. I felt like we did a lot.
We did.
Yeah, we definitely sprinted.
It felt like you made some progress on this day, which was good.
That felt like haul assin through this particular.
And I still have a lot of recovery, man. Are there any local bar fights I could break up? Any buffering I can do?
I mean, I don't know.
Thirst for blood has not quite been quenched.
Need a bodyguard for tonight?
So what you're saying is that I need to be harder on you next.
Yeah, the guy who just knocked me out in one punch. Yeah, that's fine. No,
That's the guy you should fight next time.
Wait.
One-on-one.
I don't need it to be harder, but I'm saying if there happened to be a later opportunity in which a fight occurred that wasn't harder, just again, I wouldn't be opposed.
That's great. Word choice. I like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there'll be more opportunities. And yeah, so as the day concludes, you early enough in the day started sending the message, so that puts some other things in motion as the as Sarah Portance and Riley O'Shea make their way to the orcs to warn them of the oncoming attack before the attack can get there. That has been taken into play. You've recovered a certain serum from the house of Povita for at least the moment, without them knowing exactly what has been taken. Lithram has done some good studying during the day of the things you've currently got, and that is moving closer on my tracker of how far along he is in getting to the next stage of things. You have dealt with some of the ongoing looting situations as best you could, but things continue to, it's a little bit of a whack-a-mole situation. All in all, a decent day. We'll see what tomorrow brings.
He isn't suspicious at all.
Well, she is suspicious. She is definitely suspicious.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be hella suspicious when she discovers that the dagger and the syringe are missing, and it's gonna be like,
No, just
she's gonna come. Oh,
Just the she only took the syringe, but
yeah,
she's gonna kill me.
I just figure
But we didn't leave a trace.
who, what, where, when, why, deny. Like,
I just want to see when you make the composite sketch of Thralled. It's
So,
just
yeah.
like
Oh, it's
taking
it's, I took all my notes in charcoal, and so it's like, and then I shove that like into my pocket, and then when I pull it out, it's just all smudges. I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't. I really beefed it on this on my note taken today. Just
as far as our like to-do list, I think altering Thorald's appearance in some way should be very high on that list. Like,
unshave.
yeah, whatever we have to do, change your outfit, change whatever, plaster a sheep's old beard on you. I don't care. We're gonna do it.
I'm actually like, wait, did the constabulary have like a uniform kind of outfitty kind of thing that we could maybe stick him in?
Not so much. No, this is not a town that had like a town guard. It was literally that one guy and his two brothers. And I mean, historically, that's typically how it ran. Like the whole city guard type thing that is such a trope in fantasy really didn't happen historically. It's like the police weren't invented until like the 1800s.
There might be.
Yeah.
It was,
Wig
We
from
gotta
the
just make
local-
Thorold look different. I don't
the
care how we
local
do it.
dandy.
but
You could certainly find ways to alter Thorold's appearance. You know, you could take that serum and just inject it in him, and that would definitely alter his appearance.
Yeah, he could be our first human trial.
God.
Oh, that'd be bad. No, let's not do that.
You're just like, Thor, we can either inject you with the serum, or you can shave. Give me the serum.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, if probably considering what Thorold looks like, if you're going for a disguise, your best bet is probably to get paints of some kind, makeup, cosmetics, you know, change him from a green orc to a gray orc and dress him up like a member of the kind.
I was gonna say make him look like a member of the kind wouldn't be a bad idea.
It's probably the closest you can do, because you can't really make him look like a dwarf or an elf or a human
Yeah.
very easily.
He's a really fucked up elf. We pulled him from a burning building. He's fallen 3 stories.
Oh,
He's never been the same after the horse trampling. That one actually happened 3
give
times.
him a full suit of samurai armor from the Empire.
there's an idea.
I know just the guy to get it off of.
Yeah, because that won't be conspicuous. They come up to him and like ask him about how his family's doing. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I know who those guys are."
Also, it's like, I just imagine, you know, doing the comedic, like, waiting around a corner, pull him into a bunch of bushes, you hear, like, a bunch of scuffling, and you just see him coming out unscathed, and the entire party just being beaten up to a pulp, sort of thing. It's like, I don't know how well that would go for us.
I mean, I don't know, but we can find out.
No, let's not.
Maybe in a Shrimalaka vision.
We don't have any more of those.
Well, we used all those up.
Maybe.
For Stas to further his skills will likely take. We'll need a different teacher, as he has learned all he can about branch walking. Root walking is the other art that they know of. Branch walking. This is not likely to come up for a while. Branch walking allows you to look at a possible future, a way the future branches out. Root walking allows you to look at the past. Try and find the root cause of something.
That would be useful.
It would be useful, but that is unfortunately not available here. But as Stas grows and improves in his arcane guide personal quest, that is something later down the line for him. And so we've got a couple of things on Stas's personal journey towards mastering the arcane guide thing. Kitty has also, you know, progressed a little bit down her path as she's got a lead, at least, on dragon pearl hunting things. Thorold has been having some dreams, which he hasn't shared with the party yet, pertaining to something that his father was obsessed with. That would come up at some point, I'm sure.
That was waiting for the dramatic moment.
There'll be a time, I'm sure, that when it will make sense to continue investigating that. Araza has just a couple of mentions of a place where there are some gathered demon spawn like herself, but likely not in this arc that we'll be following up on that, because y'all busy. Y'all got stuff to do, I think. But we'll get to each of those, and you know, so I'm sure each session you're like, oh God, what else is coming down the pipeline at us?
Pretty much.
At the same time, it does feel nice to feel like you're making progress, and you definitely made some progress this time. You're making progress. The future is constantly changing.
Constantly changing. For the better, right? It's changing.
It's in motion. We'll see if you get there. We'll see.
Can't worry, it'll be like that situation. Who was the US president who would have lived if the doctors did nothing? There's a US president. I remember I was looking it up. There's a US president who he got shot, and then the doctors did more damage to him trying to find the bullets. And like at one point,
I mean, the ones who got shot, like Grover Cleveland, maybe. I'm
I
not
mean,
sure.
yeah.
Garfield got shot too, I think.
Might have been Garfield. I have to double check now. He at one point they got a metal detector, the first metal detector to try and detect the bullet, but they forgot that they were lying him on a bed made of metal springs, so it just went off all the time. So
Thing's busted.
Oh, it's like we can't find it.
Cut him now. Oh wait, it's here. Keep going. It's moving.
Jesus.
The assassin later tried to claim in court that I didn't kill him, the doctors killed him, and the judge said, "Well, that may be technically true. You were the one who shot him." Anyway,
It was Garfield.
It was Garfield. Okay. Well, that makes sense timing wise. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
yeah.